Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to the Everything and Nothing Show. I'm just one of your hostess with the mostest. A beard that's a little mangled, hair that's a little too long, a scruffy motherfucker who's too tired, Clayton Kisco, and I'm accompanied with the rest of the Maelstrom gamers with you today. On this podcast, we have the A-Train, the Canadian sensation, Alan Tollner.
It's me!
Yeah! Win!
Who is that?
Win!
That's me. Oh, jeez, I love that intro.
And last but not least, we
There it
have
is.
the heartthrob, Rocco Avellino.
That's right, or AKA Butterscotch. That's right.
What?
AKA
Did I just...
Butterscotch. It's so good. It's so
Yeah, I don't
good.
know. It just came out of nowhere. It's mine.
That's great.
I'm gonna own it.
Good one.
He goes,
For
what?
those of you guys who don't know, us Maelstrom gamers, we hop on a Skype every morning on Saturday, sometimes too early, and we each bring a topic for our discussion, but more importantly for your entertainment. We have 5 topics for you, so 5 discussions. Each topic is a YouTube video sent out Monday through Friday, topic by topic, and on Saturday, all the topics are rolled into one giant episode, all 5 of them on Saturday for free on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel. On Sunday, there's nothing. But you know what you can do? You can go to patreon.com/Maelstrom Gamers channel, and you can send us $1, as little as $1, and we'll give you the YouTube videos for free a week early. If you don't like Patreon, that's cool. You can go to YouTube, our YouTube channel, and throw us $1 there. As little as $1, that's all it takes, and all of it is super appreciative, and it helps a ton. It puts money back in. We get new microphones, we get better equipment, and maybe more storage space.
We can shave our beards.
We can shave our beards. We can do all these kind of
Yes.
things.
Power
If
move.
you don't have money,
Absolutely.
there's free ways to support us too. There's Facebook, there is the YouTube channel, there is Instagram, and there's Twitter. So follow us, like us, comment, subscribe. It's super amazing. We've had some pretty interesting, for instance, comments on the Flat Earth channel. So I don't know where all you non-Flat Earth believers are, but like apparently the Flat Earthers are watching us because the second we posted that
Oh, they
video,
were
they had a
unhappy.
ton of comments. Yeah, they were not happy at all. So it would be really great if we got some of you guys on that episode just to...
Anyone out there who wants to defend that the world is not flat,
Yeah.
you can get out our
Yeah.
channel, please.
Because
and
if I
just
don't hear
comment.
anything, I'm just going to assume I'm going to become a flat Earth believer. I guess it's that simple.
I might need to make an island.
Yeah, it's as simple
Okay.
as that the Earth is flat.
Yeah, so I guess everybody believes it. So I might
I've
as
never
well
seen a curve.
fall in line. Another thing we do is we are streaming on YouTube. Not so much Twitch anymore these days. We're
No.
streaming League of Legends mostly, but we have other games. You can come and see us show off our mediocre gaming skills. We're not the best, but we're certainly not the worst. But we are entertaining, so you will enjoy, I promise. That is the intro. Let's get started with a topic. Who wants to go first? I'm going to democratize this. Who wants to go first?
I'll take it.
All right.
Let me ride with it.
All
Okay.
right.
So my topic is about virtual reality headsets.
Yeah, it is.
Now we've discussed some little stuff about virtual reality when we were talking about like future of gaming and stuff before in our previous episodes.
Uh-huh.
But today I want to just talk specifically about virtual reality. So 2016 is supposed to be like a huge year coming up right now with virtual reality headsets. They're coming out like all different months coming out this year. So with Oculus, I believe it's supposed to be sometime like real soon, if not this month. Let's see. For example, Oculus Rift. Oh, I had it up before. Maybe I can't see it right now. But anyways, it's supposed to be in 2016. So launching later in 2016. So I guess it's going to be a little bit later. But with them all coming out, I think it's going to revolutionize not just something like the gaming industry like we were talking about before previously,
Yeah.
but if it's going to revolutionize, I think, a lot of different industries. And I want to just discuss with you guys a few different things about that first. So first off, I was talking to my wife last night about when I was saying like, hey, you know what we should probably do? We should look to invest into a virtual reality headset manufacturer or somebody that's going to be creating it or something like that, because I can see this being like a huge thing. 2006, it's really coming around. Back in the 90s, it was like kind of this thing we were like playing with this idea. Everybody really wanted
If
to
by
enjoy
idea
it.
you mean like a screen with like just red lines.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
over.
Just playing with the idea, We're like at some point we're going to get into a system where we're going to be able to like step inside and be immersive with it. But so I was looking up like different prices. I was like, all right, 2016 seems like it's going to be the year for these things to be coming out. I want to look at like investing in a manufacturer, kind of stuff like that. But I also want to look at being I want to look at possibly purchasing one of these VR headsets. And I've seen anything from around the $25 range, which is like the Google Cardboard one. They're saying, put a smartphone in front of it and you'll be able to kind of give that like very, that virtual reality experience at a lot cheaper budget, upwards to $3,000, which is like the Microsoft glasses, which is it's supposed to be like it incorporates like live action, everything else you can see in between, as well as virtual reality. So it's like you can almost take like your internet searches and project them onto the table.
It's like a 3D. It's like a HUD.
Yeah, exactly.
For like walking around.
So that one's like 3,000. So like the average range though, the VR headsets are kind of like somewhere around like $300 to somewhere of like $1,000. So it's like, okay, that's not too bad.
Now there's another one that's really simple. It's like McDonald's have it, for Christ's sake. It's where you can put your phone in.
Yeah, just like card style stuff.
Yeah, did you say that? Sorry.
Yeah, I said Google Cardboard, which is selling for $25. Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
McDonald's is probably
yeah, it's like a Happy Meal and you get it. It's so dumb, and then it's just gonna make your eyes smell like fries the entire time.
So here's some things.
Is that a bad thing?
The body,
maybe not.
the body, for example, like the brain actually can't distinguish between like a dream and like our waking state. Like it goes through the same experiences either way. So it can't distinguish between like a reality and a dream. So what I'm thinking about here is like how, VR headsets can be used in things like entertainment, like we were talking about.
Porn.
Yeah, that is.
Look, and the reality of the situation is whatever porn adopts wins.
Wins, exactly.
So, Betamax, VHR, porn with
Hey,
VHR.
talk about entertainment too as well. I read this article on entertainment. It was talking about VR headsets, and this company they're working with called like what's it called? Live Like VR, okay? And what they're doing is they're creating like stadiums. They're working with Manchester United right now. And they're creating like stadiums in VR so that when you go to watch the game on one of these VR headsets, it's like you're sitting inside the stadium watching the game. And they're also looking at tying in the technology of the 360 cameras that we had talked about previously in one of our episodes.
Yeah.
And starting to shoot the footage in the games with those cameras and then using the VR headsets so that you can kind of like become immersed into the game, like wherever you want it to be within it.
I heard they're going to do this with concerts too.
Yeah.
Concerts?
Like concert festivals and stuff, yeah.
See, that's going to be...
So like instead of buying like a ticket to go to it, you can buy a virtual ticket.
Right, exactly. Like a digital copy of something.
Can I get really excited about something really quick?
Yeah, okay.
All right, cool. So I was talking to Sarah about some like things that you're touching on. Like, I was like, honey, I think we're actually pretty close to teleportation, but I don't think it's gonna be teleportation what we believe it to be. I think it's gonna be more like avatar based. Like if I wanted to like come visit Rocco, like maybe Rocco has like the surrogate android just chilling in his like I don't know, like room, and I'm just like
your
I put
VR
my
headset
on, and I download into that thing, and like I move, and like I come on like, hey Rocco, and like we hang out or something. You know what I mean? Like
totally cool. That would be a way off.
But that would be like teleportation. I feel like I wouldn't have to buy a plane ticket to visit my family. Like maybe I would just
exactly. Or like the like super duper upgraded version of Skype. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you got a robot now. You're able to chill. It's not having to be done through.
I mean,
like,
it wouldn't be that like tactile feel with skin and all that, but you would need to like walk around your house.
Until you have human surrogates.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking way in the future, but I would think that would happen first before teleportation, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it could. Think about healthcare too, like how this could get used in healthcare. What do you guys think?
VR?
Yeah. Oh, so like they could get into like a tiny little robot inside of your like blood vessels, and
they could definitely do something
and be able to see around. Like, oh, here's where the scar is, or here's where like the fat buildup is, or something.
Because they already have nanobots that can go in, right? And like,
sorry.
Yeah, they already have battle bots too.
Yeah, battle bots.
Just like,
I was like, yeah, wait, what?
Doctor, you sent the nanobots in, right? What? I thought it was BattleBots.
Who mixed these vials up?
Yeah.
Or you could think about it like in the, like a neurosurgeon who's going to practice, on this person first before he actually does it, like the actual surgery. He can use the VR headset to kind of do like this mock procedure.
Or other surgeons can kind of see how a really highly acclaimed surgeon does his work.
Yeah.
And learn from him.
You get the scalpel POV.
Yeah, right.
I think this like so what
It's
my
still gonna be
point
porn,
is
though.
like
Whatever
I get
porn does. I'm telling
It's
you.
gonna be poor, man.
Yeah.
with the 360 cameras.
Dick
I mean, just
POV.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
whatever view you want POV, it doesn't matter. You can get whatever you want.
Have you seen that video of people reacting to VR porn?
No.
No.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god.
Wait, there
It's
is
like a
VR
woman,
porn? I
it's
mean,
like- you just see this woman with this weird thing, right? And she's just like, just like pushing away.
Too
Just like-
close. Too close.
yeah, yeah.
That's not where I wanted to jump in at.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, let's turn it around. Go ahead,
No,
Rocco.
so my point, I was going to open up the floor a lot more, was just like where VR can take us, like where it can revolutionize, like where our society is today, and like the steps that it can help make with coming around, where it can be incorporated. Like we were just saying, the medical industry, entertainment industry, education. Can be used there, even in therapy, like I was saying about the brain not being able to distinguish reality, like conscious reality from like the sleeping dream state.
oh yeah.
Like think about therapy, you know what I mean? Like
I was
where you
thinking of Sunshine. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I don't think so.
Have you seen that, Clay?
No.
Really? It's like where the sun is dying and they have to send like a nuclear weapon into it to like reignite it. You guys ever see that movie?
No.
How did that make you?
Okay. Anyway,
Wait,
so in the
wait,
movie,
Sunshine-
in the
How did
movie,
how did that movie?
because obviously these guys are on a mission, like a space mission. There's obviously psychological issues that you could be facing when you're like traveling, right?
Yeah.
One of the technologies they show in the movie is they go into this. I think they called it the Earth Room, and basically they would go into this almost virtual reality state, and you could like kind of use it as therapy. So like he.
Make you feel
It's
like
Chris
you're-
Evans, Captain America, is in this room, and he's basically standing on a boat, and waves are like crashing in front of him. And he's just watching that over and over and over again, kind of like therapy, where you might have something like that now. It's like you create like a perfect environment for somebody to like calm down or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So I was like, you use a VR headset, something like that, I guess. I mean, that's a little bit more extreme. He's out in space. He wants something that kind of make him feel like he's back at Earth. But
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter. I mean, he created that experience of being back on Earth as his therapy session. You can make it be whatever it is. Like, say it's like you're a kid that has trauma issues with your parent, and you have your parent just record themselves saying, "I love you so much. I love you so much." And it's like you see this scene that plays over and over in your head in the VR headset that just reinforces that you got this love from your parent or something like that, and the kid heals from the parental issues or something, whatever it be. You can create whatever scenario you wanted and use it for therapy's sake.
Yeah.
Or
that's a really good
education, like
point.
we were saying too. Like education, think about like kids being able to put on a VR headset and like learn interactively. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like games have already been proven to be something that's very beneficial to the development of a child's brain, and that it can help out with problem solving, to even just learning things like I've used, say for example, this isn't obviously VR, but my baby can read like videos, just video, not even game where it's like super interactive, but video even works too.
Huh.
And I feel that's like 2D versus 3D,
Yeah.
But when my kid gets into games and stuff like that, and he plays a game like Little Big Planet, and we put puzzles and stuff like that all together or whatnot, I feel like it's helping.
You could, yeah, you can do some like blue collar kind of skills too. Like, I don't know why chopping wood like gets like thrown in my head, but there's different things that you can practice, I imagine.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah,
like
yeah.
that you would
Yeah.
you practice for a job.
Virtual
potentially.
reality too first.
Yeah, maybe an electrician is doing some stuff and he's like
Oh,
practicing.
yes.
You know what I mean? So instead of actually
Yeah.
going out in a field or having to do a test, it's more physical via the VR sake than like word bubbles and being
Or
like,
a car, working on a car instead of like
Yeah.
being underneath like a dangerous machinery or
So
something.
like
You're
pretty
just
much
Exactly.
any way
checking
that
it
you
out.
can do any type of any. So this would be something like why I was saying investment in the beginning is because when I was driving, I was thinking the same thing you guys are thinking right now. Companies are going to invest in this, and this is going to be the form of training, I guess you'd say. It's going to be like the replacement of the modules.
I
or the
don't
compu-
know. I mean, I agree, but like, I think I have a feeling, and I've talked to our friend Justin, who's in the VR business. Like, there is a ton of money in the VR industry, but I'm curious if how much that bubble is being like is ready to pop. Because I agree with you, Rocco, and everything you're saying, but I don't know how close we are to this, and I fear, bless you, and I fear that like everybody's expecting this thing to like completely do it immediately. And
Yeah.
instead, I wonder if it's going to fall a little
Like,
bit before it.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Like trickle a little bit in,
Yeah.
and maybe really catch so hard, and then 10 years later,
Maybe
it's
I'm
like
completely
everywhere.
wrong, but like, yeah, I don't
Gotcha.
know.
Well, I was thinking it for the sake of like, so my wife she's being trained right now for ICU nurse, right? I was like, there's
Yeah.
two different spectrums of how, and I was going back, I went a few years back in my college years, during a summer, I was working at Panera. So there's like two opposite sides of the spectrum. You're an ICU nurse, or you're a guy working at Panera, learning how to make specific sandwiches, whatever it be. So both sakes and both jobs, we have to sit down in front of a computer and go through modules that are like, okay, this, and that. Maybe it's a video of a person. Maybe it's you're having to interact with it and say, hey, this is the answer to that question, whatever it be. But think about if we were both in virtual reality headsets, the guy at Panera or the girl at the ICU unit, and we're in virtual reality headsets where it's putting us into those experiences, but then telling us like we have to do it the way that they trained us to do, or whatever it is. And you can sit there as a manager and watch this person's watch how they go through it, through their eyes essentially, and say, I don't know if this person's like an ICU person. You see the way that you kind of see their thought process, or you can kind of just see that maybe through the virtual reality experience they really weren't achieving what we were trying to get them to do. This guy put mayonnaise on it when they're supposed to be doing mustard. This
Do you
lady's
need
cut
VR to
wrong
do
sides.
that though?
Yeah, do you need VR to do that?
Like, don't you? Couldn't you just have a regular camera? I mean,
I guess you could, yeah. I mean,
and
that's
then
true.
and then there's other things that like people might think that might be really beneficial to VR. Like if you're watching a soccer player, like if you can go into the eyes of a soccer player and watch how he like kicks a ball. Alan, you might be the perfect person that like talk about this, but like I highly doubt that anybody can learn from that because it's a more physical feel to learn how to like bounce. And so like getting in
You could still watch it the same as like you do like a normal game right now.
And I would argue that you probably would learn more because you get to see more about him and see where his other appendages, what his other appendages are doing, and how he's balancing himself and stuff like that, rather than being in like his eye view and only being able to see a certain.
I mean, that would be interesting, seeing somebody's like way they're looking on a field or something for any sport, really, because I think that's a big part of it.
Scientifically, but I don't know how.
Sort of surroundings, even like from a tactical or
Really?
style.
Yeah,
like,
because like check it out for league, right? So like everybody looks differently. Everybody's doing something different in league, and if you look at what the pros are doing and stuff like that, and you're able to watch the kind of decisions that they're making, their dynamic decisions, you'd be like, oh, maybe if I can mock what they're doing, I can become a better player. I can start making similar decisions to what that person's making too.
But there's so much physicality, like tactile physicality, that like you do in conjunction with looking. Like I have my finger on my mouse and my fingers on my keyboard, and I'm looking and pressing at the same time. Sometimes not even looking at my keyboard.
Yeah.
Like I would think a lot of valuable information, contextual information, is lost. And you could theoretically, I don't know how much information you actually get from just watching him look left and right.
Right.
Well, I know for sure that like a lot of times what even, I mean, pros all do this, but like most amateur players might not, is when you're getting a ball like passed to you, people don't always necessarily look around themselves first. And so that's what you'll see like all the pro players do, is like the ball comes to them before they like see where the ball's coming, then they look around to see where other players are, their own teammates and like the opposing players. So that's how they know, okay, I looked over my shoulder, there's a guy over here, I can turn this way, and then it makes sense, like, oh, he did that because he saw he was going to get closed down from this side because he looked that direction.
So do you think like to Rocco's point, do you think like so I can see that like and do you think that like going in the first person view of a ton of professional soccer players, people like observers, analytics would be able to find, scientists would be able to find what is it reoccurring things within like highly professional soccer players. Like
to be honest, I don't think anything would be new information though.
Okay.
I think that would be more from just like a normal average consumer level. You're just like curious what it's like to be in the shoes of like a professional. Because
now, when I'm saying virtual reality too, I'm not saying so much like POV. You know what I mean? Like, as I'm saying, like, because it could also be like a 360 camera and stuff like that. You're just able to like maneuver around through it. You know what I mean? And that's going to be a totally different experience than like a POV, because if you're POV, how are you going to achieve that without the guys like wearing some type of form of glasses or something?
Good point. Yeah.
You know, and that's going to, not every player is really going to want to do
That's
that.
a good point.
Means,
Yeah.
But
because they have like
Even
GoPro videos of like people on soccer fields and stuff.
That's true.
Which is kind of like already POV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then to your point, Rocco, about managerial stuff, like if you did have virtual reality,
I guess
and he could swing around the restaurant at any second and to see what's happening, that would be probably pretty beneficial.
Swing around to what?
like if it's a very busy moment and
Oh,
for whatever
yeah.
reason they realize that like something didn't happen, like they weren't as efficient as it could be,
Yeah.
he could swing around in virtual reality and see every moment. Like,
Like
okay,
these people are unhappy with their food here. Like these people are like
Yep,
are complaining
exactly.
about something.
and chain
Yep.
it and be like, oh, our burgers are just taking way too long because I could see how it like is affecting. You know what I mean?
Good,
We just
yeah.
lost Alan.
So, you know, you guys made a, you know, your rebuttal to my point with one of those things, and I agree with you guys though on the managerial point. When I was like, okay, they're two different spectrums. You're like, why do you need to have virtual reality? It was really you don't. But what about like a person? Like, I guess it would have to be like a specialty, like a serious specialty situation, a scenario. Like you were saying, maybe it's like an electrician first, somebody that has high like risk,
Yeah.
you know, with the first attempt of trying to do something, like a bridge painter. You know what I mean? Like, guy that has to get out there on a bridge and paint the side of the bridge. Like, that's a really, you know, dangerous job to go do. How
Sure.
about, you know, like right
Air
now,
fighting,
NASA
like air pilot
and
and
you
stuff.
know,
Yeah.
exactly. We have a lot of other places where it's already
Totally.
currently being used. You know what I mean? But it's like it was being used in kind of like a larger VR system, like NASA will use for their astronauts or something like that. But now you can use it for that guy that's like the bridge painter. Or you can use it for that person that's going to be like even the you know that neurosurgeon, like that specialty kind of that you maybe it would be better to have you train on something virtually before you go out there and do it in real life, and there's a huge risk involved in either you hurting somebody or yourself.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I guess only that would be the managerial area where it would be very important for seeing like VR wise, like that they're capable of doing before they get out there and step out there and do it, you know.
Yeah, I think just from like a small consumer, like standard consumer
Yeah,
level,
maybe
like
not that
us,
level,
I think
yeah.
that's the most interesting is like that you could go check out what like an
Well, yeah.
electrician is doing or like a surgeon or like
Oh man, you
soccer
talk
player or
about
whatever.
like so that's a really great point that just popped in my head. Like YouTube videos, like I had to change lights, and I was like,
Exactly.
all right, how do I change lights? And the guy's like, do this, blah blah blah. But if I could just watch someone like in point of view or like with virtual reality of them doing it, I'd be like,
That would be a
cool,
good.
got
Or
it.
just like not just that you can watch from their point of view is that you could move around to see like something that they
Or
might
that.
not show from a camera because like I changed a car battery the last weekend and I was watching just YouTube videos and I was like, well, it'd be really cool if I could see like what he's like reattaching down there, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah, totally.
you could just be like tumble this way and then like you see exactly where he's going. So
Yeah.
I think that would be like a really cool part of it. But then again, I don't know to set up what sort of virtual reality like cameras and because that's the thing is like you need some sort of like camera system
I was
to
just thinking, like-
create that kind of effect, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking like as you're talking, you're actually talking to this like floating drone, like like cylinder sphere. So it's got
Yeah.
cameras on all sides.
360
And then
sort
like
of style,
it's just focused on your face, and then maybe you can like point, and it like will refocus on stuff,
Yeah.
right? And so like maybe that's the future for YouTube.
No, every
Right.
camera has to be every camera has to be focused on everything. That's like it can't just
Oh,
be.
you're right. Yeah, so it always has to be a sphere, and it always has to like focus like
It has
or
to
have yeah.
So it'd probably have like fisheye lenses, and then that would be like really. I mean, that wouldn't be easy to process, but then it would have to like have some sort of like software that runs that stitches it all together to make it look like what we can see regularly. Because that's one thing I always hate with like those 3D videos.
Like warp.
Not the YouTube videos. The YouTube 3D videos were pretty good because it didn't distort anything.
Yeah.
Remember like those QuickTime virtual reality things where you could like
Oh,
spit-
like walk. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like so
Like they do it for
distorted
real
and
estate
everything.
and
It's
stuff
just
like
like
that.
yeah, it's just so it's not the same thing as like actually seeing a 3D version of it or a virtual reality version of it.
Well, real quick before we break, what is the number one thing you would use VR for?
Games,
Games,
space
Oh,
games.
man.
space games. Very specific.
I actually, you know what? I was that's exactly what I would use it for too, but I hate to take it too because I was thinking about No Man's Sky with it. And I was like, I'm gonna
Nice.
get my son on it. I'm gonna be on it. Like
Star Citizen if it ever comes out.
if it ever comes out, which actually I've heard some updates have happened with it too recently, so we'll see.
There's always updates. There's gonna be updates till 2020 and it won't be out.
Yeah, I would say probably games too. Like I would use it most often in games.
All right. Well, that's
What
good.
would you use it for, Clay?
Porn. All right. So our next topic.
I love that he's like on that topic.
I'm looking actually. I
the
want
whole
to
time.
share.
Oh, whoa. Don't share anything
I want
too
to share.
crazy.
Sure.
Can you guys see this? Let's see if
Shit.
this works. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
are we? Oh, but did OBS stop? OBS stopped. Okay. I'm gonna do something else. Oh, will that work? Yeah.
I can see that, whatever that was. People
Huh.
try virtual reality. Oh, people try virtual reality porn.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so you guys can see that?
I can see it.
Can you hear
research
it?
and science.
No.
You guys can't
No.
hear this?
No.
How does this work?
I am a little nervous.
I am probably more
Just let
excited
me
about
watch
the
that.
technology of the porno than the actual porno itself.
Gaming and porn
How's
seems
that?
to be the
Yeah.
two natural things that VR is made for.
I grew up where Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition once a year was my jam, and now there's virtual reality porn.
I think I like the arm's length porn where it's like, oh, that's there, that's entertaining, and then it's like, okay, now it can go away and I can go on
like,
with my day.
How does the cum work? Do you cum on people?
I'm a nerd, so I need all the pixels, man. Like 1080 by 1920. What?
Where they're
How
like,
many
oh,
frames
yeah,
per second?
you know
Is it
that one
29.9?
actor?
Is
Oh,
it
yeah, he's like this
31?
all the time. I'd rather be like
afraid
this guy.
that virtual reality porn is going to ruin regular porn for me.
It's like ski goggles for sex.
Oh, wow.
Is it one size fit all? Ooh, wait. Damn, I'm hot.
I am ripped.
Mark this day on your calendar as the day you had your first. Oh my God!
Oh my God, it's coming! It's coming!
Hey, how you doing? Where you been at? You looking for me?
Oh, that's a vagina!
Where did this come from? Okay.
It's kind of crazy because like I have boobs and a vagina, but then my head's gone.
What I'm liking is the depth of the space. I can't even see my hands. She's got what looks to be a bong, or nope, that's not a bong. That goes somewhere else.
Oh my God! This is so weird.
Oh, it's her turn. They're going down on me, I guess.
She's saying, and I totally agree. It's weird how I try to get closer to it, but there's nothing I can do.
That is a big giant penis.
She sounds like she's having a good time. I'm still trying to get to know her.
Your armpit is right
still
in my
trying to get to
face.
know
Oh, no, he looked me right in the eye. What the?
Hello?
This guy's like overwhelmed.
Oh, well, okay.
That was like 2 minutes. He's coming already.
She's coming up really close at the end. I understand.
That's it.
Oh God. Now, it looks as though I'm
This guy's like holding his boner now.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Alright, I'll give that to you.
That shit's hilarious, dude. I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
What virtual reality glasses were they using for that?
It looked like the Oculus Rift, but I could be wrong.
So what's like the big deal, the differences between them? Do you guys know? Like the HTC Vive and then there's the
Supposed to be,
Oculus
like,
Rift.
refresh rate, obviously things you would be kind of looking for in TVs and in monitors for your computer.
Okay.
Like how many pixels it
Resolution.
has, like refresh rates that it has to, some of them, like I was saying with the Microsoft one, can kind of like incorporate like live action.
So there'll be shitty ones and there'll be better ones.
Yeah, exactly. And there's some that have like controllers already kind of like tied to it and stuff like that. That's like the HTC Hive or something, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot about that one.
It's like in virtual reality, like paint. You know, it's kind of really cool. So you can like twist yourself around in like 3D and like paint the other side, and it's kind of cool.
Alright.
Odd, some wild things.